Sarah Johnson. I am a 27-year-old nursing student, wannabe farmer. I'm still working on that. Photographer, artist. I was born and raised in Newport, Washington, north of Coeur d'Alene. I came to Coeur d'Alene to work with Paul and Ellen with Killarney Farm. I didn't intend on staying. I planned on staying for the farming season, and then I had no plans. For the first time in my life, I did not have plans. And I stayed in part because of my family. I fell in love with farming more than I realized I would. And I started attending nursing school, which was a dream that I had always had, and then kept putting off and putting off and putting off, and finally found that Coeur d'Alene was the perfect place for me to continue. My mother is a nurse. She went back to school when I was 5 years old, and I grew up. That was right around the time that I was learning how to read, and I learned how to read her textbooks. And I fell in love with her textbooks. There are several things that I fall back on for inspiration. For nursing, continuing nursing, people, first and foremost people. Health, disease is a part of the fabric of everyone's life. Everyone has disease and illness, both mentally and physically. And especially in America, we're seeing increases of diabetes, heart disease, related around diet and exercise, and I personally am an advocate for diet and exercise, thus working with farming, organic farming especially. For the last 2 seasons of farming, I've worked at the Coeur d'Alene Farmers Market. That's where most people probably know me from. I've worked with Killarney Farm, as I've mentioned before. I work running the stand, helping sling produce, as a friend of mine once said long ago. I really love the community. You see people of all ages there, babies. It's been fun to watch families grow throughout the 2 seasons, and people that recognize me and I recognize them, and it's real personal connections, learning a little bit about the people that come and why they come. It really gives light to every day that I work. I moved from Bellingham, Washington, which was a college town around. There was the university, and then there were 2 other colleges in the area. And part of it is the progressive aspect of the town, I think, but there was always educational opportunities available, speeches going on, people were talking about current issues. There were always current issue forums that you could go to, and I haven't found that so much in Coeur d'Alene. And I have looked for it. I read the Inlander every week, and that is a valuable resource to tell me a little bit about what's going on in Coeur d'Alene. And I do pay attention to what's going on at NIC. I wish there was more of that going on in this area, that young people could be involved in to become more active parts of the community. I think that's really essential for someone that's learning how to interact and be part of a community, to have that educational portion offered.